Hey, howdy, hey everybody. My name is John Solomon, and this is my 15112 term project. So what I did for my term project is I created a game of 3D Tetris. So taking the fun and exhilarating nature of 2D Tetris, bringing it into the third dimension. So as you can imagine, it's super sick. You can see it automatically starts music. So if I turn on the music again, I have my built-in functions for changing the volume in page up and down. Or I can also mute it using both this button up here as well as the button O, and that basically mutes the music. It brings you first to this menu screen where I've randomly generated these rotations of cool wireframe Tetris pieces. So with one of the cool features of my game is I've created multiple different levels. So if you go into the help function, you can either press the help or press H. It'll bring you into this, basically give you the overall idea of how the game works. If you press level/pieces, it'll bring you into this, and this is all the different pieces that I've created for this game. So there's 5 per level. So level 1 starts you off with these relatively easy pieces that you've obviously probably seen in 2D Tetris. So that level is pretty decently easy. Level 2 brings in these other pieces as well as those, so it's cumulative. Level 3 brings even harder pieces, level 4. And then finally you reach level 5, which I call the ultimate mode. And this piece right here is what I call the ultimate box, and this is the super plus. Those are just names I gave to these pieces. And then if you go back, you can also use the backspace button to go back when you're in the help mode. And we'll go ahead and press play. So game mechanics basically works as you can use the arrow keys for translational motion, so up, down, left, right. This arrow right here indicates exactly what direction is up. So one of the cool features is that you can click and drag with your mouse to rotate the board to get multiple different angles, and as you pass certain points, the arrow will change which side it's on. So now up is this way, left is there, right and down there. The rotational aspect of the pieces is done with Q. W rotates it around, and E rotates it around that way. So there's 3 different axes of rotation in 3 dimensions, so you have 3 different buttons there to use. I've created what I call a ghost piece, which is basically just a projection down of where your piece will land if you were to just let it fall. You can also press space to just auto drop it down, and it will recursively just move it down until it's placed. It also allows you to press space, to bring it all the way down. Right over here we have what I call the bullpen, which is basically just where all the pieces that are coming up are stored. This green one is the next one that you'll find. So I press down, you'll see the green one will move its way into the board. I've created a high score and score function. So score creates a score. It'll add your score every time you complete an entire level / row. It takes a little while to do that. It'll actually increase your score by the square of how many rows you clear. So if you clear 2 rows, you get 4 points. 3 rows is 9, and then 4, which I believe is the max you can get. Yeah, it is definitely the max you can get. Would give you 16 points. And it'll store your high score in a text file that comes as part of this entire package. Another feature I have is the I button, which makes your pieces invisible, or opaque, I should say. And that makes it easier for you to see exactly where the projection is. When you place a new piece, it'll make that one opaque too. You can also use the scroll button, or the mouse scroll. You can use the mouse pad works as well as your scroll button. So if you really want a good angle, you can bring it in. You can scroll out, and if you have real good eyesight, or you want to challenge yourself, or whatever you want to do, you can scroll out and play from there. You can also reset the game at any time with R, and you can also pause the game from here. This brings you to a pause screen. Nice happy little pause letters. Brings you to either you can go back into the help screen, level pieces again, or you can continue the game, press P again. It'll bring you back to this, or you can quit, which does the same thing as R. And now we'll go into level 5. And it'll automatically start playing this super cool remix that I found. So that's where you go from level 5. It'll generate a bunch more pieces for you. You have a lot more options. As you can see, it's really hard. My high score at this point for this level is 0. Yeah, that's my game of Tetris. If anyone's interested in acquiring a copy of this code, feel free to contact me and I can make that happen. Thank you so much.